Good morning, and I hope everyone out there is doing well. My name is Carolyn Motley, and I'm with the Cannon County Chamber of Commerce. And my co-partner here is Keith Reddy. And we want to welcome you to the Cannon County Chamber Connection. And of course, as always, this is made possible by DTC Communications. Always been a great partner for the Chamber, and we do appreciate them. You know, I'm going to talk a little bit here about things that were, because Cannon County brought July in with a bang. And I don't mean that, well, yeah, I do mean that to be kind of silly, really. But the Avenue of Flags was something new this year, and it was amazing. And this was where they lined the streets coming in to Cannon County with flags, which made me very proud. I thought it was very pretty, and there were 89 flags that were set out. And this was because of Sid and Holly, is their name Smith or Smythe? Smythe. And they have bought an older home right there on Main Street, and this was his idea, and he brought it to fruition, and it was great. And I think he plans on adding to that for the next year. So good heavens, these flags may be all the way through town, and I hope they are. The town of Woodbury, the city of Auburntown, and several other donators put on, with the help of Moortown Volunteer Fire Department, put on the best fireworks show I think there's ever been in Cannon County. It was something to behold. 20 minutes long, which is long for a fireworks show, and they did a great job, and I was proud of that too. The Lions Club will not be left out on this, because for 86 years they've been putting on a one-night horse show, walking horse show. And this was no different than the others. And of course, it rained a little bit during this show, and it always does. But they had top-of-the-line horses. They had a big crowd. They had fried pies, fried ham sandwiches, because as many people come for that, I think, as they do the horses. But it was a good show, and they'll do this again next year, I'm sure. They also had ice cream. Yeah, everybody seemed happy that night. I left early. I think the last straggler left at 2:30 in the morning. So that was an all-day and an all-night show, but it was good. And I just want to thank personally all of the volunteers who make these things happen, because almost all of them are volunteers that do this, so I'm proud of them. Now I'm going to go on to my guests, since I've told you everything you missed. And my first one is going to be Billy Kaufman, and he is the owner of Short Mountain Distillery. And Billy, you've got a big event coming up in September, right?
Oh, yeah. You don't want to talk about the craft fair?
We are going to.
Oh, we're going to talk about it? Oh, okay. I was going chronological.
Well, we can do the craft fair if you like.
Hey, it's your show, so whatever you want.
Let's combine it all together and do a Greenway Music Craft Festival. How about that?
I'm sorry. Okay. So we have a music festival called the Greenway Music Festival, September 2nd. Through the 4th. You can camp on the property, or if you live locally, you can get a pass to come drive in during the day. And I think, I don't know how many bands and DJs there are, but it's pushing 100 now. It's going to be a big,
I was going to say
event.
the last I heard was 76, so
yeah,
it's increased.
It's quite a bit. There's a lot of smaller performances inside the distillery and on smaller stages. So and there's fire performers and jugglers and all sorts of stuff. So it'll be pretty interesting.
Kind of like a circus, huh?
When you're there, it feels very much like a circus.
Probably putting it together feels like a circus, I would imagine.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
How difficult is it to put one of these things together? You've done it for a couple of years now.
Yeah. It's very difficult. The county is very involved this year, so we're working with the county on a regular basis, making sure that all the bases are covered for fire, security, medical, and insurance. There's a whole infrastructure to be dealt with, but it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. It'll be a safe event, a fun event, and hopefully it'll bring a lot of new people to the county and a lot of excitement to the county.
A lot of these people that you've got playing, they've got, local followings, don't they, and national followings.
Yeah, some of the bands, you can go to greenwaymusicfest.com and see the lineup. That's Greenway Music Fest. And it's, some great bands. I was at Cheekwood a couple weeks ago, and one of the bands was there. They were awesome. I can't remember their name, so don't put me on the spot. And but they were great. And I've checked out, most of the other bands, and there's something for everyone at this event.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got all, spans all kinds of genres and stuff, don't you?
Yeah. So if you go and, look up some of those bands, you'll find something you like.
Right.
And then for people who just like to dance and have a great time, this is the event for you.
And anyone can camp?
Not you. No, anyone can camp.
I don't think you have any words.
Carolyn, you've been banned from camping. Way to
Don't
go.
ban anyone from camping. No snorers. If you snore, you can't camp. No, anyone can camp, and it's really going to be a fun event. We have like 20 acres of land just for camping, and then it's. Porta potties, and we're going to have showers this year for people.
Better stay the whole time.
You'll need a shower, and all sorts of great food and food trucks, and it's just going to be a great fun time for people who want to come.
Was this a result or sort of a result of Bonnaroo? Because I know year before last, it was flooded out. Yeah. And you took in a lot of those people that went to that.
That's true. So it was sort of a fluke. We had, so the distillery's building a Greenway, and we had a Greenway Music Fest last year that really wasn't well attended, and it broke my heart a little bit because it was a fundraiser. And then when Bonnaroo was canceled, we took on a lot of those visitors, and I just sort of brought out the plan for the festival that wasn't well attended, and we were able to quickly accommodate these people. And of course, Bonnaroo changed their date back to their original date, and which was successful for them because they got some good weather. And we're going to keep that September 2nd through the 4th date. And I think a lot of the people that came last year are excited to come again. And then hopefully a lot of people, from around here, around Tennessee, around the country really, will come to this and experience that again.
Yeah,
because it's a
Bonnaroo.
beautiful event. It's not like Bonnaroo that puts you in so crowded and into tight spaces. And we have a, huge property, and you can go out and
lots of trees,
lots of fields. The cows aren't there anymore, so you can really spread out now.
What'd you do with the cows?
They're at Jeff Young's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just next door.
Yeah, you just moved them over a little bit.
Yeah, there's a fence between them and the property now.
But there are some other animals. Varmints out there.
Some of the nights have theme nights, so I think you'll see lots of animals. It's like Halloween and Christmas and Easter all mixed together.
How can you
music.
miss something like that?
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to camp, you can go for a day.
Yeah, go for a day and just kind of walk around and see what it's like.
Yeah.
There's day parking as well.
And my daughter went to cover it for the paper, and I know she went to the Greenway.
Yeah, and
fest that she
that's the
had.
one that I said wasn't well attended.
Well
I
attended, but she
remember-
still had a good time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Not only that, but we were able to get some good pictures out of it to help promote it.
Yeah, well,
you know.
now we call this one the Greenway Music Fest, and I still have all the nonprofits that are benefiting from it involved, and it's we're also emphasizing like recycling and tree planting and that sort of thing. When
It's a Greenway.
Yeah, it's a Greenway.
That's it.
Yeah, got to have plans.
That's right.
And I've seen it being talked about, and discussed in the Rouen group that showed up,
Yeah,
that culminated from last year. And people are really getting excited about it because,
Right.
they came to Bonnaroo, they experienced that, now they want to come to this and experience.
Right.
And because they
it's a lot
kinda like
prettier
people
at the
that-
distillery.
Yeah.
It is, really.
Absolutely.
Oh, sure.
I've been to Bonnaroo.
Hey, and so folks know the ticket prices, as it gets closer to the actual day of the event, they get more expensive. So we are only allowed to have a certain number of people at this event, and the county wants to sort of cap it well before the event date. So if you think that you're going to wait till the last minute and just drive up and buy a ticket at the gate, that's probably not going to be possible. So if you want to go to this, if you want to tell somebody about this and you think they'll be excited about it, you have to buy your tickets now. They'll be a lot cheaper than waiting, and you may not be able to get tickets if you wait too long. So that's just the way it is. And we're cooperating with the county. So, if 1,000 people show up the day of the event to buy tickets, they're not getting in because we don't have the infrastructure to handle 1,000 extra people. So we're abiding by the county's regulation of medical needs and infrastructure. So it's like a RSVP event. So you have to
Kind of plan ahead.
You have to plan ahead a little bit. And this kind of event, you really have to plan ahead. You got to get a tent and, bring all your glitter,
Camping from there.
glitter and your jewelry or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Don't bring any glitter.
I don't know how much.
Well, let me ask you this: this thing is going to grow. There's no doubt, and I mean,
Sure.
people are probably knocking at the door right now, and you probably would be sold out by now.
Yeah, maybe.
with all the people that have been talking about this.
Sure.
What happens in the future? Like next year, do you look at maybe possibly doing a second, festival for this, or?
I mean, right now, we're concentrating on this festival and
Yeah.
giving all of our energy. We're building a new stage. We're building a second stage up on the hill in the woods. We're putting in all sorts of water stations and really trying to get the infrastructure for this event down. So this is a fun, comfortable event for people. We're not worrying about expansion or next year or anything like that. All of our energy is about the here and now and making sure that this is going to be the best event possible for the people who can buy tickets now and come.
Yeah, cool deal.
We're not trying to make this Bonnaroo.
Yeah.
We will not make this Bonnaroo.
You don't
This is
really
smaller.
want Bonnaroo.
No. I mean, it would be interesting for the county to have that happen, but that's not what's happening here. The maximum number of people that could ever buy tickets for this event is 5,000, and I think it'll probably be more like 2,500 that actually come to this event. So if you're thinking that the town is going to be shut down or anything like that, that is not happening. There's lots of events here in Cannon County that have numbers like that. We've seen that before. So don't, the sky's not falling, but we're also not planning for making the sky fall in the future. This is a county cooperative event that's going to benefit the entire county.
Well, good deal.
That's what I like to hear. Talking my kind of music. Okay, now we're going to talk about the Mountain Craft Festival.
Oh, I was going to
You're
leave.
not going anywhere.
The Mountain Craft Festival, yeah. I mean, you could talk about this too. So we've had a lot of craft festivals at the distillery, and August 13th, which is a Saturday. We are going to have one in cooperation with the Cannon County Chamber of Commerce, and I'm very excited about that. If you want to be a vendor for this event, you can contact Carolyn, I think.
Right.
And I think there's some openings for that. We are going to have a really beautiful day. We've been preparing that area. You can come up to the distillery and hang out. We're going to have some cocktails if you want to sip and shop. And
That's all I need is a bunch of drunk shoppers.
no, we don't do drunk people at the distillery. I always
No,
tell-
they don't. I
Our
agree.
liquor's too expensive to get drunk on. You just sip it, and yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
I don't know. I took a shot one time on one of them free tours, and everybody kind of looked at me weird. They were like, "What in the world? Everybody's sipping," and I
Yeah.
took the whole shot. I'm thinking, "Oh, was I not supposed to do that?"
No, those little
yeah,
shot
yeah.
bars, they're fine. But it's going to be a fun event. Do you have it? I mean, it's August 13th.
Right, and it'll be 9 to 5.
How do people contact you?
You can contact me at the chamber, and that's 615-563-2222. And I'll be glad to talk to you about being a vendor. It's very reasonable, and we need shoppers as well. And we've already got furniture people lined up. We've got a lady that does homemade fried pies. We've got an ice cream truck. We've got barbecue.
Yeah.
We've got some other
You
craft
probably have
vendors.
some mule rides that day.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fun. You can go
Will
out
you
on the
talk to the
Greenway.
mules about it? Because I haven't talked to them.
Oh no, Donnie's been coming to the
I
distillery
seen
every
him
Saturday.
last
He had
week.
my wagon in Smithville.
Yeah.
Did you see him?
I did.
Cool. Well, that's my wagon. So
And he was hauling,
kids around.
did he
and stuff?
tell you?
No.
Okay, well,
Who did he-
he was out there.
Do I have to call? I don't know.
No, it was great. It
Donnie,
was great.
run!
He was parked there, and I was thinking, I have 3 more blocks to walk, so I may go over and get on this wagon
It's
and
like
just sit there until somebody comes over there and picks me up.
It's like a mule Uber.
That's right.
Mule
That's
Uber.
right. And a lot of people, what Billy's not mentioning, and I don't really know why, but they have a great restaurant up there too. Now, there's a lot of food vendors for both events, but is your restaurant going to be open as
Yes,
well?
my restaurant is open Thursday night, Friday night, all day Saturday, and most of Sunday. And you can come to the restaurant anytime you want for Short Mountain Distillery's restaurant. Most of our visitors for the restaurant, they drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to come eat there.
Yesterday
But folks in Cannon County, they're right close.
Yeah. I was up there yesterday evening, and we were kind of marking out spots and everything. And there was a lady and a gentleman came in from Florida.
That's a
And
long way to drive for
they just
lunch.
drove in. Well, no, they wanted to see the distillery and tour it. And I told them, it really wasn't open till Thursday, but they said, well, can we just go up there and turn around and see it? And I thought, well, you were up there and
Yeah.
everything, so you may have,
Oh, you're the one who let him in.
they were already in.
Carolyn throws Donnie under the wagon.
Yeah.
And now
She's letting trespassers into the property.
They
she's
were,
banned from camping.
She's banned from
Boy,
camping.
you're getting a good list going today.
well, I've been thrown out of better places.
It's all good.
But it is all good. But Billy has been good enough to let the chamber use this. I haven't done a craft show in a few years, but we certainly want some more vendors, and we certainly want some more people to come to it. And there'll be some other things. I'm working on some music right now that they have a small stage that you can go and listen to them pick and grin, so I'll see what I can come up with on that too.
Sounds like a fun afternoon.
But if you're interested, just give me a call at the chamber, and I'll be glad to talk to you about it. And Billy, I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity
Oh, yeah.
to do this too.
Well, let's have a great craft fair. Let's have a great music festival.
Right.
And I wish you the best of luck on what you're going to be talking about next.
You don't know, but good luck, Carl.
Yeah, he does. I saw him out in the parking lot talking about it. He knows.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you see the flags
Yeah,
that were in town?
I love it. Yeah,
I did too.
I'm all about patriotism and supporting local.
Yeah,
so,
I am
so
too.
I really think Cannon County is going in the right direction on
I do too.
both those subjects.
Me too,
And
Billy.
next year, you can look at seeing that avenue of flags expand even further. I've been told that they're going to be able to, they've got enough flags now, money coming in to where they can purchase flags to cover the bridge.
Well, it was
all the
impressive.
way up
I
to
don't
the
mind
bank.
telling you, it was. And Carl has got something
Yeah,
kind of
he's
on
got
that
a-
order too, and at a different date. But when I said that we brought in July with a bang, we really did. The fireworks show was great too. So we thank you, Billy, for
Thank
being.
you.
I know you have to go.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And we may bring you back afterwards, and we'll see
Yeah.
how both of us did.
Great.
I
great.
think you've got more coming to yours than I have coming to mine.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I'll see you
I know
August
most-
13th.
That's right. You'll
I'll
see
see
me
you
the
August
night
13th,
before.
and I'll see everybody at the distillery September 2nd through the 4th. Have a
Well,
have a
there
great
you
day.
go. Thank you, Billy.
Thank you.
All right, Carl, can you top that?
It's kind of hard.
I know. This is Carl Hurlston, and he is, well, he's a Lions Club member, but he's also a part of the Vietnam Veterans Organization that you're establishing at this time, or have established.
We got our charter last month.
Okay.
It's Vietnam Veterans of America started about pretty close to 40 years ago. And when it started, when troops started coming in from Desert Storm, Vietnam veterans went to the airports to greet them, to make sure that they weren't treated like they were, because nobody that's ever served our country should be treated with disrespect.
Oh, I agree.
So that's what it started, and the Vietnam veterans, went every group and every charter that they have, we honor the veterans, whether they're serving today or they've served in the past. We want to bring honor to them and instill sort of a esprit de corps and pride of our veterans. We also want to work in the communities to make the communities better in any way that we can. So through a lot of original plans or my thinking and all this, I proposed the idea, and of course it's been accepted. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Murfreesboro to see the healing fields.
I have.
The Healing Fields is part of the Colonial Flag Foundation. It's a program sponsored by that, and you have to buy a copyright to display flags as a fundraiser of any kind. It is copyrighted. So we want to go through the proper procedures, and to get the copyright, it's $800 for the first year. And then after that, it's $500 for 5 years. Then it drops to $300 up to 10 years. And then after 10 years doing the project, it's free, because you've earned it. They help you with everything, for the forms, to get corporate sponsors, to getting, the kits would cost so much, and then you sell them at so much. And your kit comes with a flagpole, a ball to go on top of it, and the flag attached. So people can buy a flag in honor of or in memory of anybody, basically any way they want. We chose to do this on Patriots' Day because that covers more people than anywhere else. Covers the military, of course, but then you've got the firefighters, law enforcement, rescue. You have all the doctors, nurses, everyone. And we're going to call it, it's going to be honoring our heroes. And you could have a school teacher, you know, that you think is a hero.
I think most school teachers are heroes.
They are. So, you know, flags can be purchased for that. Now, we wanted to do it this year, but 2 months is not a good question.
No.
But, so we're going to plan this for next September. And September the 11th is actually Patriots' Day. So the 7th of September, we'll have an opening ceremony. That's on a Thursday afternoon. We'll set up the field on Thursday. And then we'll do a closing ceremony on September the 11th. Then that's a Monday afternoon. We'll have a lot of people already outlined to do in the opening and closing. Hopefully they'll be around to do it and accept. But, and graciously, Steve Smith has consented to that area right behind his house. But as you go past the Arts Center, the little road there, that field off to the left where they used to plow, his dad would have all the mules down there and plow up the corn or cornfield or cotton field, whatever. So that area is going to be, it's the most visible area that you can see in my opinion.
Yeah, to put it.
It's right out. So he's consented to do this. We're going to start off with about 250 flags. The $800 and then the 250 flags is right at $6,000. But you're selling.
But each individual person can buy one, right?
They can buy one, and and they're paying for that.
And that would be part of that $6,000 or whatever. Yeah.
We have to order all the flags 1 month prior to, and we can go up from there. We're going to say 650 or 250 flags. And by chance, before September or let's say August of next year, say we have sold right at 500 flags. Well, we can up that, which is, you know, another $6,000, but they're already sold and we've got the money in hand. So we don't want one organization. We're going to, I guess, ramrod the thing, but we want a committee from all the nonprofits to be formed up to run it or to work on this and have their say and their put. And
Will they get a portion of it?
I've made got a meeting this afternoon with the Vietnam veterans group. We have a few guests coming in and guest speaker. After that, we're going to talk about this program, but I've invited CASA and SAVE. I've invited the chamber. I've invited several other groups, Lions Club members, American Legion members, firefighters, the volunteer fire departments, Tim Bell, get with all of them, the rescue squad. Hopefully they'll come out and listen to the plan and say that they want to actually be part of it. Each group can sell flags, and every flag that they sell, and they turn in the money, they'll get $10 back on it. Flags will be at $50. We'll ask everybody you can buy in memory of, you can buy in honor of, or you can buy for self. Because a lot of people, I want my own flag, and it's a good time to do it. So, 250 is a low number, I think, but I think it'll get larger. I mean, if you look at the courthouse and look at our veterans just there, we've got quite a bit. And that's not even half our veterans in the courthouse.
Yeah.
So it's a big thing, and it's where we can try to get the community working together so everybody can make a profit off of this. And it's going to take a lot of man hours, from Thursday to the following Monday, of somebody or being there in tents and all that to try to get, having somebody there to point people where their flag is at.
Oh my gosh.
And
Gonna need a three-wheeler or something.
well, we have, it'll be
Golf
like
cart.
the field of, like the healing fields in Murfreesboro, the same way. They didn't do it this year because their 501c had a problem, but that's been corrected, so they're back on schedule for next year, which I'm very glad and that's done at Memorial Day. Going through the Colonial Foundation, Colonial Flag Foundation, they will not let anybody within a certain distance have it on the same day. So it's
very impressive to see the American flag flown in numbers. The one that they have in Murfreesboro is impressive.
I think the most.
Just the ones that we had coming into Woodbury, that was very impressive when you drove into that.
It was. The one in Murfreesboro, I think at the highlight had 1,000 flags. And that was quite a bit.
Yeah, that is.
And I think the largest one they have is out in Utah, and they have 5,000 flags every year.
Well,
So, and they've been doing it for quite some time. And
Yeah.
well, Carl, I hope this comes to fruition with you. I will tell you this, that I probably won't be at your meeting today, but I do want to be a part of this, or the chamber does. But I have a board that I answer to also. So until I meet with them, I can't say we'll take so many flags. But
I'm the president of this board. I'll be there.
yeah, he will.
I was already going to go anyway.
But this is a good effort.
well, we want to do it in the proper procedures, because if you find out that there's a copyright and you break the copyright, they can come against you.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to have campers at this event? Don't tell me yes, but you can't come, because I don't
She's
want
already
to.
been done that once already.
Well, we've been thrown out of the distillery.
Through the Colonial Flag Foundation, they will normally get like Rolling Thunder
Oh, okay.
to come in and camp around the area to secure it at nights.
Well, Rolling Thunder is impressive. If you've ever been through your town, they are.
Yeah, they're very good, and I think we saw them here at a funeral for the walk-up
Right.
several years ago, and I've seen them. Well, I had a nephew got killed in Iraq, and I saw him that day, and I mean they lined the streets from the Murfreesboro Funeral Home down through the town and out towards Smyrna at the riverside. I mean, they lined it up.
Yes, they do.
And it's a fantastic group, and I'm hoping that they will consent with working with us.
Okay, I'm sure they will. Of course, I'm also sure that they're in great demand.
They are, and they're also Vietnam veterans, most of them.
Well, see there.
The older groups.
You got a foot
But
in the
they got
door
it.
right there.
Now, with our group also, I will say that we have what we call an association of Vietnam veterans, because you take Vietnam veterans, most of them are in their 70s.
Yeah.
So the association is spouses, children, or anybody that wants to preserve the history and support our military. That's what it's for. So we're now beginning to look at forming that. We've got a point of contact in our club, Linda Justice. We've got a few others that are working toward that. It's the same. It's a lifetime membership, $50, and we would love to have you as members of this. And of course, they'll be supporting us also. But we're working on getting that started now. So
Okay. I didn't know how many Vietnam vets we had left in Kennet County, really.
Through the Department of Defense, they give Dave Faulkner, the American Legion commander, they tell him, well, 2 years ago it was over 600. This past year, they told him there's roughly right at 500 Vietnam veterans that reside in Cannon County.
Yeah.
We're the American Legion is trying to get in touch with each one of them and award them, and this is Vietnam era veterans. It don't have to be, they all went through the same mistreatment. If you served during that time, they didn't really get treated good at that time. So
My husband was a Vietnam vet. He never went to Nam. He got as far as Seattle, and I think the war that time was winding down, or they knew something that the general public didn't know, so they sent him back to Fort Carson. But I don't think he was ever abused. Only since he's been married to me, that might have happened now and then, but I don't think as a veteran he was ever abused. But I know that as a whole, we did treat the Vietnam vets differently than we did the other wars.
Yep. There's a lot of reasons for that.
I know.
And, the biggest reason was the media. That hurt the stories that the national media, the stories that they were putting out. In Vietnam, we never lost a major battle at all. And even Ho Chi Minh said if we had went 3 more days, he would have surrendered. They were on the verge of it before it was announced that we were pulling out. There's a lot of history, and then there are a lot of reasons that just other veterans and the way they felt. So
I had a brother-in-law that was too, but I will tell you, and he did serve in Vietnam, but he never talked about it much. He said that was a part of his life that he had to do, but he doesn't really want to talk about it. He's still that way to this day.
Everybody that's a veteran that in combat or in Vietnam has their own story, and most of them, because of what they did, it's a shame. The things that they had to do.
Well, he didn't go into details because he didn't talk about it.
You don't. Normally you do not. So but the best medicine for any vet that served in Vietnam is to there's reunions all over the place. In fact, I'm going to a reunion this October in Portland, Maine, with just my platoon. And the platoon was over a 5-year period. And we get together every 2 years. And that's one of the best medicines to open anybody up, talking with others. And
have something in common that new.
They know this. And when we get together, we never talk about the bad things or the things that bothered us. We always, we could always come up with funny stories or something amusing that happened, but you never really talk about your fears and what you went through in that way, because we knew everybody else was in the same boat.
Okay, well, Carl, I'm running out of time. I've got to go on to the event. You're welcome to stay, but I will say I think this is a good project, and I hope it goes the way it's written on paper. I hope it goes that way.
That's what we're putting out.
That's right.
Right.
But you're welcome to stay if you want to, or you can leave, whatever you want to do.
I've got to go set up.
All right.
Can you run me off one of those copies of the paper, and I'll meet you today and pick that up from you? Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. We might as well talk about events. I don't know how we can outdo what we
Yeah.
did the first of this month, but we're going to try. And right now at the Art Center, Matilda is center stage. And of course, this is a great little show. The times are Friday and Saturdays at 7:30 and a Sunday matinee. And I believe this runs through July 23rd. So that last weekend, there won't be a Sunday matinee unless they add one. But you've got one more Sunday afternoon and then Friday and Saturday nights. And the matinee is at 2 o'clock. July 23rd, of course, is our cruise in on the square. And we welcome everybody. We've had some great cruise-ins this year, haven't we, Keith?
Sure have.
We've had a lot of numbers, a lot of cars we haven't seen before. This is great. This is what we want. There's no admission to our cruise-ins. It's not one of those where they give out trophies. However, we do have a different sponsor each month that gives out a Cruiser of the Month award, and that goes to that sponsor's choice. So he gets to pick any car that he wants to give that to. And that seems to be a good thing, but I do have some great sponsors for that. DTC, of course, is there to sponsor. They give away caps and T-shirts. And Shelter Insurance is there. They give out treats and drinks and no charge, because we want to keep you all hydrated. We don't want anybody falling out at any of these things. And then O'Reilly's, they sponsor most of our door prizes, which is a good thing too. And I don't want to forget Moonlight Drive-In, because they give away drive-in tickets. And so we appreciate all of those different sponsors that help make this happen. And of course, this guy's there with the music and the sound, and he's going to take you back to when music was good music. The 50s
I might play
and
some
the
bad
60s.
music right now. No.
The 50s and the 60s, that's my kind of music. I'm going to give one of our stores a shout out right now. I was in Ironpig Antiques yesterday, and they have 2 jukeboxes that work.
Really?
And one of them lights up like the kind I always like, and they have the original music in them.
Huh. I'll have to take a look at that.
They do. I've always wanted a jukebox, and don't ask me why I want a jukebox. I just like them. And
Do you have any
I'm
room to put one in your house?
in the basement, I do.
Okay.
Upstairs, no, unless I move out something.
At least
My
you didn't say
husband's
someone.
recliner.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. At least you didn't say someone. You said something.
I'd have to
Okay.
take his recliner and put it somewhere else.
Oh, and I don't think he'd be too happy about that. I've heard stories about recliners in your household and
Yeah,
how valued they are.
they are. They really are. Okay, July 31st, We Care Cannon, one of my favorite projects in Cannon County. And they will have their distribution event that day at Cannon County High School. And it will be from 2 to 5 p.m. And it's open to all Cannon County students. And you must be accompanied by an adult. But if you are starting school, which is going to happen here shortly, They have everything you will need to start school, in the way of all of your school supplies. They give out socks, underwear, shoes, haircuts. And there's no
Charge.
oh no, there's no charge, it's all free. But what I was going to say is you don't have to be under certain criteria as far as your salary this is for all students, and they encourage you to come. This group of people, I forget how many years they've been doing this, but this is one of the biggest programs that I've seen that is so helpful to so many in the county, and I just want to thank all of them for all of the work that they go to. But that will be on the 31st, and it will start at 2 o'clock at the high school, not the grammar school, but the Cannon County High School. And then we're going to go into August 5th and 6th. It's going to be Red Apple Days in Auburntown, and starts out on Friday night with gospel singing. There's going to be a 5K. There'll be vendors, pageants, music, food, kids' games, everything that you could imagine, and you'll have a great time. And that's in Auburntown starting Friday night and all day Saturday in the park. I think they have a parade too, and they may have a cruise in during this event also. But it's a fun time, so just go out there and check them out. Early voting begins July 15th.
Friday.
And the election, of course, will be August 4th. So all these signs, I hope everybody that's put them out remembers where they put them. But anyway, it's been a really involved election time, hasn't it? A lot of people have gone to a lot of expense and time. But that's the American way. Okay, August 13th, again, Mountain Craft Festival presented by the Cannon County Chamber of Commerce at Short Mountain Distillery, 9 to 5. The vendors will be able to set up from 4 to 7 on Friday night and from 6 to 8 on Saturday morning. And I am going to have a guard there. They're going to allow Keith to camp.
Yeah. Billy's going to let me camp. Nah.
And that's for the vendors that set up on Friday night. Even though really the distillery is quite safe, it has a locked gate and everything. But a lot of the people that set up and leave their product there and everything would kind of like someone to be.
I hope I don't get attacked by those critters you're talking about neither. My luck.
I haven't seen any critters, although I am sure there's some up there. Everybody's got coyotes. Even I have coyotes. I hear them all the time.
You can buy me some coyote repellent spray.
It takes several of them to do you any harm.
Is that what it is? All right. That's good, because my girlfriend would just laugh at me. That's all she'd do. She'd just look and laugh. Hey, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Well, that's a pretty one.
Yeah. Let me go pet it.
Oh, dear me. Okay, we're going to have a fun time at that. But I do need choppers and I do need vendors quite badly. So if you're interested in setting up, I certainly have the room for you. There is a fee to set up for that day, but it's not very much. And if you have a good product, chances are you're going to make your money back on that.
You say you're going to try to bring some music?
I am.
Okay. All right.
I know some pickers and grinners. Surely they'd be willing to come up there and sit. If not, I'll let you know, and I may have you
bring my sound system.
Yep, and pipe some music out of there.
Blast out some bluegrass and country.
There you go. That sounds good. I may have changed my mind already. Okay, August 12th through the 27th, Cinderella will be at the Art Center. This is enjoyment for the whole family. It's rated G, and it's worth it to go to this show just to see Cinderella's carriage. It is great. It really is. I'd like to have it. Why, I don't know, but it's really pretty.
Would you put it in your basement next to your
No,
jukebox?
I'd set that up by the barn.
Oh, okay. All right.
Decorate that for Halloween. All right, let's see. August 27th will be the cruise in, and that's the last cruise in before our September Color of Fall car show, which I'm working on at this time also. All of my sponsors are in, and I'm getting ready to send off the material to be printed in the brochure, which we will send out, and it will be in the Cannon Courier. And it takes a village to put that event on, but we're hoping for another big car show and that the weather will cooperate. And Keith, have I left out anything?
I don't think so. I think you got everything covered.
It's, you know, everything in July seems like it's on the very first weekend.
Right.
And then after that, it's just kind of, you have a few stragglers come in there.
And
But
I'll back up what you said about that fireworks show real quick.
Okay.
Michael George, Moortown Volunteer Fire Department Chief, and Assistant Chief Kevin Carnegie, because I got told, hey, I'm the Assistant Chief, and that's good. You know, he kind of identified himself when Michael would not. But they went out and they got their pyrotechnics license, so they're state certified. And that's how this came to be as far as the fireworks that you saw. They are shooting off now fireworks just like you would see in Nashville or in Murfreesboro and stuff like that, and they're going to continue the tradition. So if you missed this particular fireworks show, come catch it next year, because they were right on. I don't know where you were to see these, but they were right on top of us, you know, as far as they were out at Dillon Park. And boy, I tell you what a great show.
Well, one reason is when you get that license, you can set off bigger fireworks than normally.
And they did.
And it was a 20-minute show.
Yeah.
Now that's a long
Yeah.
fireworks show. It was, and it was good. Okay, we're out of time, believe it or not. I just want to thank you for watching. And once again, call the chamber if you're a vendor or if you need information about the Greenway Music Fest or the Mountain Craft Festival. Just give me a call. I'll be glad to talk to you about it. See you next month.
Bye.